Hello there guys and girls and everything that's in between. This is a short update video for everybody on basically the state of the channel. I know lots of you have probably been wondering, what has happened to GD, where's he gone, is he alive, what happened to the schedule, Monday's Total War, Tuesday's Sinbad, Hearthstone, Wednesday, etc. Well, I'm going to break it down. This video is going to be in 3 parts. The first one is going to talk about streams. The second part is going to talk about real life and what's happening with me. And the third part is going to kind of be an announcement that I think might shock some people. But let's get to it. So the first thing I want to talk about was the ISP providers here where I live. During the last couple of months of the last year of 2014, they actually gave everyone increased internet speed and upload bandwidth. So when I started trying to stream at 3K or 4K bit hertz, I could actually do that, and the stream was decent quality. However, when the new year showed up, they cut everybody's speed back down, and I don't really have control directly over that ISP because this is not my own place. So until I relocate, I won't be able to do the streaming that I had planned, and I really wanted streaming to work. Because streaming is not like recording. I don't have to edit anything. It's right there, and I just do it, and I interact with people, and it's more fun. So that's why the stream never really materialized, and I thought about doing it on a YouTube series, but that kind of defeated the whole purpose. So that's the first thing. The second thing is about the lack of videos on the YouTube channel, about basically the schedule kind of fell apart. And I'm just going to give you a quick breakdown of what happens and why that is the case. So during the last months of, basically from September till December of last year, I was an unemployed graduate. I had recently graduated. I spent a few months in the summer just traveling, doing cool things, visiting family. And then during the last 3 months, I was kind of looking for jobs or training opportunities or something, but I couldn't really find anything, so I just sat home and made lots of videos and played lots of video games, as you would. Now, since January, I have basically been in a training program that, because the sun here where I live actually sets at now I think it's 4:40 or something ridiculous like that. It goes from 4:40 to 6. It's very short days, so everybody wakes up super early. So I wake up at 6 in the a.m. to get through morning traffic, and I get to my workplace at 7:30 a.m. I stay there till 3:30 a.m. and that's 8 hours. That's where I'm doing an intensive internship where I'm working with really high level stuff. I have to do lots of reading and lots of research. And then after that, 3:30, I have to leave that job and try to make it to the other side of town, because from 4:30 to 8:30, I've got a part-time job in something called the Scientific Club here. So there's 2 things I'm juggling at the same time, and I basically get home at 9 p.m. So I leave at 6 in the a.m., I get back home at 9 in the p.m., and when I'm back at that point, sometimes I hit the gym. I know, crazy, right? Such an overproductive bastard. I'm just kidding. Sometimes I try to hit the gym, and then I'm back at 10 p.m. at home, and I don't have the time or the energy to create the videos that, or at least the same quality that you might expect, because they're still editing and uploading and rendering, and all that takes a long time. The final point I wanted to make is basically about the state of the channel and the content that I've been doing. So as you all know, this channel really was built around the Total War franchise, the Creative Assembly games. I started with Total War Rome 1, I did Medieval, I did I think 1 or 2 Empire videos. Didn't really like Empire, some Napoleon, then I did Shogun, which was really good for me. And then Rome came out. And with Rome, it was, I don't think it's obviously Rome wasn't as good of a game as Shogun 2 was, but it continued to get better, and the team really showed us that they really cared about the product and about the game, and it did continue to get better, and the DLCs were awesome. But something about it wasn't as fresh with me anymore, and I hate to admit it, but doing something for 5 years in a row kind of makes it stale. And I don't want to be the guy who's just making videos and spamming them out for the sake of having videos there, or for making, $60 a month or $100 a month if I'm lucky. to buy 1 or 2 games or something. I never did the YouTube thing for the money. I did it for the interaction and because it was fun. Unfortunately for me and maybe for some of you, it's just not fun anymore for me to sit there and make Total War videos, because of two things. I've seen kind of over the couple of years my channel die. I've seen the views plummet. I've seen the interaction plummet. And I don't blame people because the energy level wasn't at the same that it was when I was doing my Shogun stuff. Like with my Shogun stuff, I was doing annotations in different series, and I had a clan and I was active in the community. With Rome 2, it was just toned down. I couldn't do the same stuff that I did before because I just wasn't that much into the game anymore. I was playing other things that really just playing them for playing them instead of playing them for recording. And maybe some of you people or some of you guys watching this who don't have a YouTube channel or don't create content don't really know how it's like to be, playing something and recording it. It's not the same as just playing it. There's a little bit of a different thing because you're trying to entertain someone. And I love doing that. I love talking to cameras and to microphones and to make people laugh if I can and to give some game knowledge. But now the Total War YouTube scene is saturated and it's closed off to a certain group of people who have worked really hard to get to where they are. And it's really hard for me to kind of bring it back to where it was at one point in the past. So I'm not saying that I'm going to stop making Total War YouTube videos because that's basically never going to happen with me ever. Never say never. Wow, I just quoted Bieber. But it's definitely going to slow down. The channel as a whole, I'm still going to try my hardest to do the things that I enjoy. I still enjoy Sinbad, but again, I told you guys about my work hours, and Sinbad takes, one episode of Sinbad actually takes anywhere from 8 to 10 hours, just from me sitting down and playing to it being on YouTube. It takes anywhere from 8 to 10 hours if I'm working on it continuously. So what I might try to do, I guess, is fit it on the weekend or something. I still love Mount and Blade, and I see myself in the future definitely expanding into that genre. Going and following the Mount and Blade games a little bit more, doing more Bannerlord stuff, just getting into that, creating a multiplayer community for that, and see if I can get some of the energy that kind of drove me to create a YouTube channel in the first place. Obviously, Attila is around the corner, and maybe Attila is going to be a game that kind of, jolts me back to life, but in both cases, I'm kind of swarmed with work, and it's pretty exhausting. Like, being productive is exhausting. I didn't know that before I started training in January, because basically, sit home, play games every day. So that's my message. I hope it didn't shock too many people. I'm pretty sure lots of you have felt it already, and not many people have told me this, but I know lots of you feel it. Lots of you know that there are people out there who are delivering higher energy level stuff that I am, and it's just not the same anymore. And I don't want to be a cheat and just keep creating stuff for the sake of it, because that's not why I came into YouTube. And it's a pretty hard thing to admit and say, because this YouTube channel is a pretty big part of me and what I do in my free time. So this video is harder to make than you might expect. That's basically it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Hopefully Attila pulls us back, but I don't know. I don't think it will. Maybe it will. But let me know what you guys think. Your responses are really going to define kind of what happens, but for the most part, the video output on the channel is definitely going to not be the same. It's gonna be slow, guys. It's unfortunate, but that's the way it's gonna be anyway. Thank you for watching, and if you just decide to kind of unsub, don't unsub. But I kind of wouldn't blame you, because it's not over. It's never over, but it's not gonna be as active as it once was. And it was a good ride, it was a good journey. It was 5 years of stuff. I hope I made people laugh. I hope people learned things. And if I ever do kind of come back fully into the Total War scene, I hope to have people there waiting. So yeah, thank you all for sticking with me, and take care, I guess.